Here it is. There's my little electric cart. Here it is. There's the lake. The house is right up there through the brush. I should have shot coming from the house. I maybe shoot when I'm going back. Now I'm gonna stop. There's me, just fishing away. I guess it's starting all over every time. This is starting and stopping every time, and I'd like it to be continuous, but we'll see if we can do this anyway. Okay, I'm gonna get back on my little cart. Here's my little cart. It came from the house in. Ain't this beautiful here now? This is green and sunny, and it's about 8 in the morning or something like that. I'm gonna go out on that dock there. I'll show you. Okay, I'm back on my little cart now. I'm gonna show you here. I keep starting and stopping this thing, and it doesn't. And now here I am. I give you a shot of me, so my nice warm coat. I love it. Okay, here I'm going out on the dock now. I'll switch it back to that other, and then I gotta stop it and switch it. I got about 10 clips here. And I don't want to have to clip all these stitches together. I want it to just keep going. So it's easy. I just clip it and put it on YouTube. Here I am coming out on the dock now. I just ride my little cart right out here on the dock, you know, when there's no people around. Make sure I don't go too far, and make sure I don't hit forward or I need reverse when I leave here. This is where I catch my fish. This little post right there is where I set my bait. Now I'll give you a 360 here before I get my line going. That's me right through the trees there. I don't know if this is what it'll do when I get to the sun here. It'll probably get all bleached out. Okay, I got a rig. There's my fishing pole. You gotta pull it out there and put some bait on and catch a fish. So here I am, me and my cart, my fishing pole. I don't know if you can see my bobber out there or not. It's only about 20 feet in front of me there. I don't know if you can see it or not. I put my little bait right here. That's my neat little bait spot there. I use that gulp. Geez, that's good bait. It costs like $5 or something, but each one of them, it'll go a whole day. So it costs you about, I don't know, 10 cents a day or something. And you get about 10 fish or whatever you want to eat. Okay, that's that one. But the fish aren't biting. Yeah, when some fish are biting, they bite right now. Now this was the evening here. Last night it was 7:30. And if I'd have been out here maybe 5:30, even 5, well, it's 8 o'clock. And you go home at 6 o'clock. You know, you get there at 4:35, 5:30 and fish for half an hour. I'm thinking that's how it is this time of year. And sunfish has always been a late. I've never really fished sunfish because I didn't grow up here. No, it seems like all our evening fishing is what I always do. And I say don't even leave the house until 7:30. And by the time you get to the lake, it's, you know, and getting in the water, it's 7:45 or 8, and then you get that half an hour, and you'll catch all your fish right there. You leave the house at 7 or 6:30 or 6 or something, and in the evening there, and you sit there for an hour and a half waiting for the fish to bite. That's how sunfish bite. They bite right just before dark. So I always say leave the house at 7:30, and then get you on the water good at 8. You wouldn't want to go a whole lot later than that, because when it gets dark, they quit biting, or almost dark. So you got about an hour there, hour and a half, and then just knock them dead. As you want, if you're in the right place with the right bait and doing the right thing. Okay, I'll shut off for a second here. I'm making a film to post. I by accident this morning I thought, well, hell, yesterday I'm kind of crowing, kind of happy and kind of proud here. I built to this, what you're seeing right now. This is my retirement. This is my life. And I bought this piece of property on this little lake, and here I am. I got my electric cart. My legs won't work anymore, but my cart works good, and I'm fishing. And then I got running water, so I can clean my fish in my house, and then get rid of the guts and stuff, and then fry them. And then I'm frying them in lard. I'm trying lard. I did lard yesterday. Yesterday, my first one. I actually did one a year ago. But I mean, the first one now again, when I got everything. I'm lining up all my ducks for my retirement. So if I don't fall over dead here, with prostate cancer or something, I'm gonna, and then on my website, and where this is going on, I post YouTube. A beautiful red wing. There's a little bird there just went chirping through. A red wing bird just flew across here a little while ago. Just beautiful. There it is. It's up in the tree there now. That was the red wing flying back. He's all over up there. If I had my zoom working, I would zoom in on him. And he's right there in the tree. He flew right in front of me here a little bit ago. This is real shallow water. This is like 5 feet hole here where the boats go in, but really all around this is only 2 feet of water, and that works for what I'm doing here. And you get farther out into the lake, you gotta go out past those rushes to get into the deep water. This whole thing is 18 inches of water and lily pads, and not the greatest fishing spot in the world. We got fishing spots that will just knock them dead. But this one will work, and it's the one right by my house. You know, I can put the boat in the water. So you go out past the rushes, then you get into 15-foot water, and there's a few spots of 30-foot water and channel, and it goes over to, this is Little Floyd Lake, and it goes over to Big Floyd Lake, and there's all kinds of fish out here. But I want this one where I just go by shore. I thought I was going to walk to my little spot here and fish, but I can't. I can walk this far, but it's painful. I got bad ankles and bad knees. I broke my leg last year, fibula on the right leg, and before that I had an ankle injury 10 or 15 years ago on my left ankle, and so my knees and my ankles won't let me walk very far. And then all this extra weight, I'm trying to get that off too. So here I am, just proud as punch, having a ball. My granddaughter, she's across the road from me, and she's got her house, and I got my daughter in town. She's got a place there, and her kids, and a new baby, and my granddaughter Casey, Babu, she's having her baby here in 5 weeks. Hannah, she's in town, little Tom and Gabby, and those are my grandkids. And I got Maddie and Colton over in Callaway, about 10 miles from here. Got a son who lives somewhere here. I guess he's moved 5 miles south of town, so he's about 10 miles from here probably. And this is it. I got about a zillion relatives out here, but I don't mix with them too much. I got in town, I got some kids, my stepkids, Jeremy and his kids, and Tony, and this is me, and this is my life. Okay, I'm going to shut it off for a bit here. Well, the fish are not biting, so I'm going to go home and cook some cabbage, and I got some raw side pork, bacon that ain't been cured, that I like. I love bacon, but it's all those nitrates and everything else they got in there, and sugar. So just plain old raw side pork. And sometimes I fry it with eggs, and then I have fried eggs and fried side pork. Other times I boil it. I cut it up and boil it with cabbage and onion and garlic, a little bit of salt. And I like it when it's 0 salt and 0 pepper, but I waver in and out of that. So here I'm going to back her up. I got to make sure I hit this lever for back. Let's show you how I get out of here. I got to make sure I don't go off the dock, but I'm an old pro backing up, because I see if I stay straight in the front here, that means that my back is where it belongs. Now, here we're going to get bumpy here for a second. Now, I'll go the other way. I gotta make sure I don't tip over here. Okay, here we go. I don't like to go this fast. This is really good. That's too fast. But I guess I'll leave it on fast here. So this is how I go. I drive my little cart. My house right up there, you see the truck? That's where we're going. This is at 200 yards I'm talking about. No traffic coming there, so I didn't have to stop. That's my house right there. Filming the whole way. And my granddaughter, that's not her house, but you see the one right beside it on the left there? About in the middle of the screen now, that's her house. Got the red truck parked in front of it. It's my granddaughter's house. We bought that last winter. We just love it. She's there, and here's the road. The car's coming. Here's me. My house. See my truck? I don't know if you're going to get the sign with the sun in it or not. This is it. This is me. There's the Bunnell farm. Here, I'll show you the Bunnell farm. It's my mailbox. That's my mailbox right there. That's my address. Yep. Here I am. I chose the Bunnell farm. My grandfather, he started a farmstead here. Detroit Lakes there, about 1910, I think. It wasn't much sooner than that. Here's the truck again. The big sign. But I think that sun has got us. I don't know. I can't tell because when I'm looking at it, it's so bright. But I'm giving you a 360 here. I got a bunch of cleaning up to do here. Here's my fire pit. I love that. There's Babu again. It's the red truck. And you can't hardly see her. This first one you're looking at, that's not us. That's the neighbor guy. Hers is the one with his just got his nose sticking out over there in the trees with the red car and the red truck in front of it. So there's where I just came. There's the lake right over there. You can't see it because of the trees, but the lake is right through that green truck there and through the brush about 50 yards. There's my truck and my sign. I'll get over here where the sun is not on us. Yeah. There's my old International. The 89 International diesel. Good truck. Bought that for $3,000. And I got, these are my lights. I thought I had plugged them, but I guess I didn't. Here's the back side of everything here. I gotta clean up this stuff. No fish. That's okay. And I'll back this up. Now here, I'll turn it off. There, I turned the camera around. It's back on me. So here we are home. And if you can see, yep, there's home. And over behind me is Babu over there, the highway. So I didn't get no fish. That didn't really surprise me. This was kind of a, just give it a test, but I knew because the way they've been acting. There's times a year you can do okay in the daytime and after sunup, but sunfish is a late bird and an early bird, I think. Mostly a late bird. But I think the early bird might be just as good if you get out there when it's just breaking day. I'm talking dark out. And then now catch that first half an hour when you can start to see a little bit. The sun ain't up yet. I'm thinking that's going to be real good. I got Big Floyd down the road here too, but that's 2 miles. I can ride there in my cart or drive there, you know. But so this is it. This is how I'm going to spend the rest of my life, doing exactly what you're seeing here and hearing, and pitching this whole thing about my discovery of the carbohydrates and sugars haven't turned the human race into this modern, you know, it'd be all right, because there's a great life to be lived by all of us, you know, unless you're in the middle of the bombing war going on in Afghanistan or something. Kabul just got bombed and 80 people killed, and that's just one little drop in the bucket. But what I'm saying is, the reason I down talk all the modernization is because life is such a beautiful thing, like that red-winged bird down there, and all the creatures and the humans and the children and everything. And here we are, we populated to 7.5 billion people, and we got all these damn bombs, and we're all stimulated. You know, that's how this whole thing happened in the first place. You know, we came across, it goes way, way back. I'm back 30,000 years. And I don't know if it goes back 50 or 100,000 years, but you know, the Egyptians and the Greek and the Roman Empire, these are all stimulated empires. Sugar and hybrid grains and fruit and, you know, stimulants. And those stimulants, they did a whole bunch of things, and we just think they're so great, these wonderful civilizations and all that. But really, it just turned us into a bunch of warring, killing monsters. And yeah, we people that got it good, you know, we're just growing. We're just, boy, we got it all, you know. But we're not going to have it all, because it's going to all go to hell on us. And in short order here, with this population and all these warring factions. Man was not meant to live. If everybody was on amphetamines, which is what we got here, only our amphetamines are sugar and starch and hybrid carbohydrates and caffeine and alcohol and nicotine. And then there's another whole segment that's on amphetamines and methamphetamines on top of that. World War II was fought with amphetamines on top of all the sugars and starches and nicotines and alcohol. And, you know, we supplied all our soldiers with cartons of cigarettes and cases of beer and whiskey, and just kept them plowing the whole way. And that's how the Civil War was fought. That's how we took and slaughtered all the American Indians. And that's all the insanity I'm talking about. That's adrenaline. You know, you want to see how insane it is. We killed all the women and children and babies. You know, just like we catch a rabbit here, or a fish, and we'll smack them in the head or cut their head off and eat them. You know, well, we're eating a rabbit and we're eating a fish, and that's part of our nature. Just like a robin comes down here and grabs a worm, or eagle grabs a fish and eats it. But I'm talking about killing millions of human beings, fellow human beings, you know, women and children and babies, like those rabbits. Just wanton, ruthless, murderous killing. And that's what war is. And then they'll say, well, a war, that's a natural thing. War is not a natural thing. You know, bucks rut, and the humans rut. But they don't turn into murderous monsters killing women and children and babies by the millions and taking their land and becoming kings. That's fucking stimulants. And that's what coffee is, and that's what caffeine is, and that's what alcohol is, and that's what sugar is. But we don't even know it. And that's my discovery. And the world needs to know this, and then figure out what we're going to do with this, because we've come so far down the road. And let's just grab the number 30,000 years, and then let's jump to these last 500 years, and then let's just jump to this last 100 years. You know, and the billion cars and 7.5 million people and 1 million air flights a day and bombs that, you know, we can blow up whole continents. You know, I'm not so damn sure we couldn't blow this whole Earth right out of orbit. You know, if they set off everything that we've harnessed and manufactured here. I mean, that's how gigantic this thing is. But we don't want to do that, for a whole bunch of reasons. You know, all this murder and killing. When they did all this murder and killing, before, boy, it was just the kings and the queens and then the royal chariots and the trumpets playing and all their greatness. And the atrocities of what they were doing, completely unknown to them and completely unknown to their people. That's that British Stockholm Syndrome. So here you go. I kind of rumbled and rambled and jambled and threw this in, and I'm going to go in and put it on YouTube and post it. So you have a great day. It's a great and wonderful earth, and it's a great and wonderful life. And there's 7.5 billion of us, not just us kings. And you know, and then them pissing Christian, Republican, Trump, you know, they think, oh, we're a bunch of bleeding heart liberals, you know, we're just not in tune with what life really is. You know, and they got all that wealth and power and guns, and they're just the greatest people this earth ever produced, is how they see themselves. And really, they're the murderous monsters there's ever been. You know, and are, you know, and just over there antagonizing all these different countries, and you know, it's a fuck of a deal. It just, you know, and it's all stimulated insanity. That's what I'm trying to say, you know, and what we could do with and about that, I don't know. But together, if we get enough people on board and get this thing out there, it's not some big fantasy. This is reality and truth. And how come one guy in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, myself, makes this discovery completely unknown to the whole entire planet Earth and 7.5 billion people, and has never been a trace of what I'm saying here has been known. Now that's just a most unbelievable thing, but it is an absolute fact. So I'm going to get this brought forward. All right, best to you, and you have a great day, and don't forget your neighbor's babies are just as important as yours are, and murdering their women and children and their men, and so that our oil companies can go in there and take, and our business people and the great ones can go in and just take over, and then say they're not doing it, and say that it's a part of life and they should be. And you know, it's the craziest damn thing you ever saw. Right straight out of London, England. And we white people, we're the last wave in this, in these X amount of thousands of years. And you know, how did we end up being the ones, you know, like the Greek were white, and the Roman Empire is white, and Egyptians are not all the way white, they're black and white, I think. But the European kingdoms are sure as hell white. And that's our group. So we're the most latest advanced crazies that come and took over and murdered. You know, we murdered this whole North and South American continent. We just murdered them all. And that was the end of that. Put our plows in the ground and grew some more wheat and sugar beets and coffee and caffeine. And boy, we just... the gold rush is on, and the land rushes, and boy, we just took over this whole United States and Canada and North America and South America, and of course Europe is coming along at the same time there, you know, and it went from guns and horses before, and you know, it's just endless, and this is all happens, and we happen to be the most recent people in this whole goddamn thing. You know, some say 50 billion years, this planet Earth. Some say 30, some say 1 million. There's actually people going to try to tell you this Earth's only been here 6,000 years. That's them fools that, you know, they got themselves made out to be God and part of God's plan and all that shit. Well, here we go. So I'm going to turn it off. And again, have a great day, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you.